Hello and welcome to hobby vlog number 39. This week I have not had as much time to hobby as I would like, mainly because I've back from my trip, my business trip, and so I'm into the full-time work again, which is the first time for quite a long time, and so I found it quite a struggle. I've been quite tired all week. That's life, that's how things go. Any time that I've had for hobbying pretty much has gone onto the Battle Games of Middle-earth build, which was supposed to be last Tuesday and is now finished as I sit here, yay, and will be ready and published next Tuesday. This week has given me some pause for thought about the state of the hobbying and the state of how much I'm attempting to do in such a short period of time. And so I've pretty much decided that I'm going to move those Battle Games of Middle-earth videos to monthly, which is going to give me a lot more space and time to do different things, not just be rushing all the time to complete a build for the next Battle Games of Middle-earth, which is pretty much what's happened over the last 2 or 3 videos. I've really struggled to get anything else done apart from one of those videos. But that's cool. This channel is being done for you, obviously, you're watching it, but also for me, and I need to make sure that I focus on my enjoyment and making sure that I continue to get what I want out of my hobby time as well as the channel. What this will mean is there may be some more games, some more playing, some more solo play games. If you like that, comment below, let me know. If you don't, comment below, let me know. There'll be some more different types of hobbying. Hopefully I'll be able to get some of my plastic kits made as well, which I've had stacked up and I pulled a couple out to do and just haven't had the time. So fingers crossed, what this will mean is more variety. I'm still going to be doing the Battle Games of Middle-earth. This weekly video will continue, even if it's just me sitting here saying, yeah, I didn't get anything done, because that's also part of the hobby, and I think it's really important that people who are putting themselves out there like I am doing make that clear. They're not about pretending to be amazing and pretending to be super productive. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, and this week I haven't been as productive. So I've got a couple of little bits and pieces to show you, and very, very shortly, both in your time and in mine, I'll be back to wrap the video up. So please do enjoy it, and thank you very much for watching. I'm home, and as I'm unpacking all of my paints, I've decided to reorganize them. So what you can see here is me part way through this process, which is proving to be quite long because I've decided to do them in a different way. Previously I was organising these, let me just bring one up to the camera, by this little number here, the small number, if that will focus. Yes, there we are. 063 that one is. However, 70901 is also a number which appears on these, and I'm now deciding, rather than using the small number, I'm going to use the official Vallejo detail. So I've taken everything out of the travel case, which I took with me on my trip, and what I'm now doing is I'm going through each of these, and there's a third one over there. I have a lot of paint. There we are, that's a better shot. So I'm now going through and pulling all of these paints off, and I'm organising them. So there'll be a row of 50 each, and we'll find out how many I've got, and then once I've finished putting them in order, then I will be able to put them back in these racks. So this is also hobby time. I will let you know how long it takes me. So there we are, that's done. They're all now nicely tidy and organised. Took me probably no more than about 45 minutes in total, actually, not too long. Of course, everything is now in a different place, so I'm now going to struggle to find where my paints are, but I think that's a better way to go forwards, and I will learn it over time. So there we are. And that's my hobby time done as well. Now time to go and get Rosie up, and hopefully I'll get some time this evening. I have ordered myself a stand for my Green Stuff World rollers because I was keeping them in this box. It's not very easy to find the one you want, and it doesn't look very nice, and I do like to be able to have things easily to hand so that I can grab them when I want them. So I'm about to stick this together, and I'm just going to use some PVA glue to stick the plastic together because I think that'll be enough, and it just needs to like hold it generally in place rather than being too strong. It doesn't need to be all that strong. So what I'm going to do is, God, it's a little bit dusty, is basically take my brush and apply the glue on the edges. I don't know what that's for. It's almost like I'm missing a piece. I don't think I am. I hope I'm not anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to apply some glue along the edges and fit it in, and hopefully it will look good once it's done. So let's have a quick look what we've got. We've got the base, we've got the sides, like so. I think maybe that's designed so that you can join them together. I'm not sure. That's a bit strange. So let's start putting some glue on anyway. It looks like they fit together quite snugly. Anyway, so this should be okay. So a little bit of PVA here, just like we're making an MDF kit. Doesn't that look nice? Right, I'll let them go off overnight, and these will fit in very nicely like so. There we are. So I'll be able to put the, these are 28mm, and I have some 20mm as well. So yeah, I will be able to put them nicely away so I can really easily access them when I want to use them. I'm very pleased with that. I started this in the hotel room, as you remember, and I never showed you what I got, which is actually this. And so what I'm doing now is I have printed out a preview of the rewrites of the new rules for the dragon scenario, with the new map on it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a quick look and see how it's changed, see if it's changed at all, and it has changed a very slight amount, but not very much. Specifically, there's actually now an extra sky which would go below like that. So there's actually an extra sky hex, and that needs to be a storm, I believe. On top of that, you can see that it didn't really work out all that well in terms of how the layout went, because it was the first time I've tried it on this particular scenario. I made a couple of mistakes. Some of these, particularly that one there, is tiny. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to redraw this based on both the layout that I've got here. I also have the hex numbers on this bottom corner, so I'm going to go and get them and I can actually have a look. But I am going to base it quite closely on what I did on this sheet of paper, because I quite like the layout. I believe I need to make sure that I've not made any mistakes like I did the first time, where I've allowed an impossible maneuver. You should only ever have 3 hexes coming together in any place that you can actually cross over. So you can see here you've got 1, 2, 3. Here you've got 1, 2, 3, because you can't go across the so I just need to make sure that I haven't made any mistakes like that, because the next step after this will be transferring it over actually onto a board. So I'll get this done, and I will be back at some point to show you what this plan looks like, and then I'll start to transfer this actually onto a board and do some terrain, which is obviously the bit that I'm most excited about. Left that overnight. I've just come to it and put all of my rollers in it, and that's much better than the cardboard box which you couldn't see into. So I'm going to put that onto my shelves next door, so they're really easily to hand, nicely organised. I'm really pleased that I did order that on top of the extra rollers. So there we are. I can recommend it if you're umming and ahhing about whether you're going to get the storage thing for your Green Stuff World rollers. I'd say pull the trigger. It seems to be worth it to me. There you are. It was an odd week. I didn't get all that much hobbying done, as you can see, but it is good. That's also part of what this is all about, as I said in the intro. What I did forget to do is point out that this week I passed 700 subscribers, which is pretty incredible to me. That's a lot more than I ever thought I'd have. I always say that. So thank you every single one of you that watching this, and everyone that's subscribed in the last week or so that's pushed past that milestone. It's really cool to have you along for the ride. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Do comment below, it's lovely to hear from you. And as I often say, thank you so much for watching. Do consider subscribing if you have not yet. Don't forget to ding the bell and click all, so that whenever one of my videos goes live, YouTube does bother to tell you, because it won't otherwise. And last but not least, please stay safe, stay well, and stay healthy, and drink lots and lots and lots of tea. Cheers. Nectar of the gods.